thought humans were weak. Until war began. The year was 2147. For humanity, it began like any other normal day. People were going to work. Children were going to school. Cities were alive with noise, traffic, and everyday life. No one expected what would happen next. At exactly 10:17 a.m., something appeared in the sky. At first, people thought it was clouds. Then satellites confirmed the truth. They were alien ships, hundreds of them. Each ship was so large that it could cover an entire city. They floated silently above Earth's biggest cities: New York, London, Tokyo, Beijing, Moscow, and many more. Panic spread across the world. Military forces were immediately placed on high alert. Then every screen on Earth suddenly changed. Phones, TVs, billboards, all of them showed the same image. A tall, strange alien creature appeared. Its skin was pale gray and its eyes glowed with a cold blue light. The alien spoke in a calm voice, but the message was terrifying. "We are the Xylar Empire. Your planet has been chosen for expansion. Earth now belongs to us. Submit peacefully, and your species may continue to exist. Resist, and humanity will be erased." For a moment, the entire world went silent. Then the fighting began. Humanity refused to surrender immediately. The world's strongest militaries launched attacks. Missiles filled the sky. Fighter jets rushed toward the alien ships. The entire world watched the battle live. For a moment, people believed humanity might win. Then the alien ships activated their shields. Missiles exploded against invisible barriers. Jets fired everything they had. Nothing worked. The alien ships didn't even move. Then the aliens fired back. A single beam of blue light shot down from one of the ships. An entire naval fleet disappeared in seconds. Cities watched in horror. Human weapons were useless. Within 3 days, the war was over. Human governments had no choice. They surrendered. Earth now belonged to the Xylar Empire. But the aliens had made one very serious mistake. They believed humans were weak. The Xylar Empire had conquered hundreds of planets. They had studied many alien species. Some species were strong. Some were intelligent. Some were aggressive. But humans were strange. According to alien records, humans should have given up. Instead, something unexpected happened. Small attacks began across the planet. Alien supply bases were sabotaged. Communication towers were destroyed. Patrol ships were attacked. The attackers were always the same species. Humans. The Xylar commanders were confused. Humans had already lost the war. Why were they still fighting? One alien officer finally wrote in his report, "Humans appear weak individually, but they possess a dangerous trait. They refuse to stop fighting." And that would soon become the Empire's greatest nightmare. They thought humans were weak. Until war began. Chapter 4, The First Rebel. 6 months had passed since the invasion. The Xylar Empire now controlled every major city on Earth. Alien patrol ships floated silently above the skies, watching everything. Humans were forced to work in factories that produced resources for the Empire. To the aliens, humans were nothing more than a useful workforce. But humans had something the aliens did not understand: hope. In a ruined city somewhere in Eastern Europe, a small group of humans gathered inside an abandoned subway station. Their leader was a former military officer, Captain Armin Malik. He stood in front of the group and spoke quietly. "We lost the war, but we did not lose the fight." Some people looked afraid. One young man asked, "How can we fight them? Their technology is thousands of years ahead of ours." Armin smiled slightly. "Because they think we are weak." The room went silent. "And that," he said, "is their biggest mistake." Chapter 5, Learning the Enemy. The human resistance did not attack blindly. Instead, they studied the aliens. Every patrol route, every supply shipment, every weakness. Humans had always been good at one thing: adapting. Within weeks, resistance groups began sharing information across the planet. Small attacks started happening everywhere. A supply convoy in Africa was destroyed. An alien communication tower in South America was sabotaged. A patrol ship mysteriously exploded above the Pacific Ocean. The attacks were small, but they were constant, and slowly. The Xylar commanders began to worry. One alien general reported to the Emperor, "Humans do not behave like conquered species." The Emperor replied calmly, "Then remind them who rules their world." Chapter 6, The City That Burned. To prove their power, the Xylar Empire decided to make an example. They chose a human city. Millions of people still lived there. Without warning, an alien warship moved above the city. The resistance fighters watched helplessly from miles away. A bright blue light appeared beneath the ship. Then the beam fired. In seconds, the entire city was gone. Buildings turned to ash. The ground melted. Millions of people disappeared. The aliens believed this would break human morale. They were wrong. Instead of fear, humanity felt something else. Rage. Across the planet, thousands of new resistance fighters joined the fight. Farmers, engineers, teachers, students. The alien empire had wanted to scare humanity. Instead, they had united it. 1 year after the invasion, something happened that shocked the galaxy. A Xylar patrol ship crashed in the mountains of Asia. At first, the aliens believed it was an accident. But the truth was far worse. Humans had shot it down. Using stolen alien technology, resistance engineers had created a weapon capable of penetrating alien shields. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't powerful, but it worked. For the first time in the war, humans had destroyed an alien ship. When the news spread across Earth, people began to believe something impossible. Maybe, just maybe, humanity could win. And somewhere in deep space, the Xylar Emperor finally realized something terrifying. Earth was not just another conquered world. It was a problem. A very dangerous one. Because humans were about to do what no species had ever done before. Fight the Xylar Empire and survive. The crashed alien ship in the mountains became the most valuable thing on Earth. Human resistance fighters moved quickly. Before the Xylar Empire could recover it, the humans secretly transported parts of the ship to hidden laboratories around the world. Scientists worked day and night. For the first time, humans could study real alien technology. Energy cores, shield generators, plasma weapons. At first it seemed impossible to understand. But humans had one advantage. They were very good at learning quickly. Within months, human engineers began creating small versions of alien weapons. They were not perfect. They were unstable. But they worked. For the first time since the invasion, humans had weapons that could hurt the Empire. Resistance groups across Earth slowly connected with each other. A secret communication network was created. Cities that had never spoken before were now working together. From underground bunkers, Captain Armin Malik helped coordinate the growing rebellion. Small victories began to appear everywhere. Alien patrol ships disappeared. Supply routes were attacked. Factories were sabotaged. The Xylar Empire started to realize something disturbing. The humans were getting smarter and more dangerous. Far away in deep space, inside a massive alien command station, the Xylar Emperor watched the reports. He had ruled over thousands of conquered planets. Never had one species caused so many problems. His generals stood silently in the chamber. "Explain this," the Emperor said coldly. A general stepped forward. "Humans are unpredictable. They adapt faster than expected." The Emperor's glowing eyes narrowed. "Then we will remove the problem completely." He gave a new order. More warships were sent to Earth. This time, the Empire would not simply control the planet. They would crush humanity forever. When the Resistance learned about the incoming fleet, panic spread. Hundreds of alien warships were approaching Earth. Human weapons could not defeat such a force. But Captain Armin had an idea. A dangerous one. "If we cannot defeat them on Earth," he said, "then we must surprise them." The room became quiet. "What do you mean?" one engineer asked. Armin pointed toward a large screen showing the stars. "We take the fight to space." Everyone stared at him. Humans had never built real interstellar warships. But Armin continued speaking. "We don't need perfect ships. We only need ships that can fight." Chapter 12. The First Human Fleet. Deep underground factories began building. Something humanity had never created before. Warships. They were not elegant like the alien ships. They were rough, heavy, sometimes unstable, but they were powerful. Engineers combined human engineering with stolen alien technology. Within 2 years, the first human resistance fleet was ready. Only 12 ships, but they carried something the alien empire did not understand: human determination. When the fleet launched into space, millions of people secretly watched the event through the resistance network. For the first time since the invasion, human ships were flying beyond Earth, and their mission was simple: attack the Empire. The human fleet found a small Xylar supply station orbiting the moon. Alien ships guarded the station. Captain Armin stood on the bridge of the lead ship. "Prepare weapons," he ordered. Some crew members were nervous. No human had ever fought a battle in space before. But Armin's voice remained calm. "Remember why we are here." The fleet moved forward. The alien ships quickly detected them. At first, the Xylar commanders laughed. Human ships were primitive compared to theirs. But then the humans fired. New experimental weapons struck the alien shields. The shields flickered. something unexpected happened. They broke. For the first time in history, alien warships were destroyed by human ships in space. The supply station exploded moments later. Across Earth, resistance fighters celebrated. Humanity had just won its first space battle. During the first space victory, the humans detected something unusual on a nearby asteroid. A small alien scout ship had malfunctioned and crashed. Inside, an alien defected. He introduced himself as Xylo, a Xylar engineer. "I disagree with the Emperor," he said. "The humans, they are stronger than we ever imagined." Captain Armin realized the value of Xylo. With him, humans could understand alien technology even faster. And the fight was about to escalate. With Xylo's help, humans learned about Xylar space networks. They discovered supply routes, communication stations, and weakly defended colonies. The human fleet began targeted strikes across the solar system. Each victory spread hope back on Earth. For the first time, humans were no longer just defending. They were taking the offensive. Inspired by space victories, humans on Earth began rebelling in every city. Factories stopped producing alien supplies. Aliens faced constant sabotage. Even the cities under occupation were not safe. Xylar commanders called it the human anomaly. The Emperor's frustration grew. Earth was supposed to be a controlled planet. Instead, humans were a force beyond prediction. The Emperor sent his largest fleet ever toward Earth. Thousands of warships, each bigger than a city, approached silently. The human fleet knew they couldn't fight all of them head-on. Instead, Armin created a trap. Using asteroid belts and hidden space stations, humans prepared ambush points. The upcoming battle would not just decide Earth's fate. It could change the entire galaxy. The Xylar fleet reached Mars orbit. Humans lured them into a narrow asteroid field. Fighter ships flew between asteroids, firing experimental weapons. Alien shields faltered. Several ships were destroyed. The battle was brutal, but humans kept fighting, refusing to retreat. Xylo's knowledge of alien technology proved decisive. The Emperor watched from afar, angry and shocked. Humans were too unpredictable. Armin revealed the human's secret weapon, a massive energy cannon built using stolen alien cores. It could destroy a small Xylar battleship in one shot. The weapon was dangerous and unstable, but humanity had no choice. It was used for the first time during the Mars battle. The explosion destroyed several enemy warships instantly. Victory seemed possible. The humans realized the Empire could be beaten. The Emperor could no longer ignore humans. He deployed his elite strike squad, the most feared warriors in Xylar history. Their mission: hunt down Captain Armin and destroy the human fleet. The humans realized they were now targets of the deadliest force in the galaxy. But Armin knew one truth: humans never give up. A small human squad led by Armin infiltrated a Xylar command station on the asteroid belt. Their goal: sabotage enemy communications. It was risky. One mistake meant death. Using Xylo's guidance, they hacked alien systems from the inside. Communications went down across the fleet. Chaos spread among the enemy. The humans won without firing a single shot. With Xylar communications disrupted, humans launched a coordinated strike across multiple colonies. Alien colonies that had never been attacked before fell in weeks. Human ingenuity, courage, and adaptability shocked the Empire. The Emperor realized the humans had learned their weaknesses. Every victory inspired Earth to fight harder. Humans were becoming unstoppable. Not all humans were united. Some feared the Empire's retaliation and considered surrender. But Armin reminded everyone, "We fight or we are nothing. History will not remember cowards." The team faced internal conflicts, but human stubbornness held them together. Unity and determination became humanity's greatest weapon. Furious, the Emperor deployed a superweapon, a massive orbital station capable of destroying Earth entirely. He thought this would end the rebellion instantly. But he underestimated humans. The human fleet infiltrated the station with stealth ships. Using clever tactics and Xylo's knowledge, they turned the weapon against the Empire itself. The station exploded spectacularly. Victory was within reach. After years of fighting, humans had reclaimed their planet. Earth was free. The Xylar Empire was humiliated. But the war was not over. Captain Armin looked at the stars. Humans may have won today, but tomorrow the universe will test us again, and we will be ready, because humanity never gives up.